talking about forgiveness and what my personal take on forgiveness and why it's so important that we take the time to forgive people who have either hurt, betrayed, whatever you feel they have done to you. Sorry, y'all, I'm driving to Walmart. But so first we got to figure out exactly what forgiveness is. Forgiveness to me is very intentional, meaning it's when you take the time to release any hatred, any negative feelings that you may have towards someone, any harbored feelings that you may have towards someone that has hurt you, betrayed you in any kind of way. You really take the time to let it go and release those negative feelings. It's hard. It's much easier said than done. So I'm going to talk about a piece of my book, Stole, The Ultimate Betrayal, and just talk about someone that I've had to forgive, the hardest person that I've had to forgive in my own personal life, which I will have to say will have to be my father. We've been through so much. We're in a great space this year. We're in a great space where we're able to get along. We can hold conversation without clashing. We can be around each other without clashing. That was pretty tough. I'm 25 and all my life I struggle with forgiving my father for a lot of different things that we've been through. And if you purchase the book, you'll find out some of the things that I've been forced to forgive my father for. But for the most part, I would say, forgiving him wasn't very easy at all. But at the same time, it was something that I had to do. We have clashed since I was a child. I grew up a daddy's girl. My father was great. He did so many different things as far as like me and my cousins taking us on trips, doing all these different things. He was a great father when it came to interacting with us and teaching me a lot of different things. Like I know how to change a tire. I know all about cars. I know a lot of different things that I know because of my father. But there were a lot of pieces that were missing that that he lacked in a lot of areas, and it caused a lot of hurt, pain. It played a big part in some of the relationships that I've been in, some of the things that I've gone through, and some of the things that I've accepted as well. So, when you have someone who has hurt you, betrayed you, anything of that sort, that you are struggling to genuinely forgive that person, no matter what the person did, you have to understand that it's not for them that you're forgiving them, it's for you. You have to forgive them for your own peace, your own sanity. No matter what the person has done. Why was she texting me? Jess, why are you texting me? No matter what the person has done, you have to forgive them. The best way that I can say to truly forgive someone is to just let it go. It's not that easy, of course, but when you sit back and I've read a lot of books on truly taking the time to forgive someone. Some people that I know personally are struggling with forgiveness. You are angry, you're bitter, you're mad at these people. Y'all can't have no successful interactions, and that's how it was with me and my father. Nothing that we could do will work. We couldn't talk on the phone about anything. We were always arguing. It was just so negative. And I don't know who wants to live like that. Like just always having these negative interactions with someone that you love and that you genuinely care about. And I mean, this is my father. It got so bad to the point that when I did get married, that he couldn't even walk me down the aisle. And I don't know, this is every little girl's dream that, you know, when you get married, that your father will be the one to give you away to your husband, and that you guys you're able to have that moment. And I wasn't able to have that moment with my father, because I had to realize, you know, even though it was no fault of my own, you gonna put your Jazz, you have been a distraction. Even though I'm parked, even though it was no fault of my own as to why he, you know, couldn't walk me down the aisle, it played a big part in one of the interactions that led up to why I had to, of course I asked him why I had to remove him from my wedding. And it was so much backlash from that. So many people were angry and mad and just wondering why. Get my book and you'll find out why he didn't walk me down the aisle. And now I realize that it was so many harbor feelings that I had from when I was a child that I've held in, you know, from dealing with my father, that I hadn't forgiven him for nothing. I told myself that I did. I told myself time and time again that I had forgiven him, and, you know, I moved on from this, and this doesn't affect me in any kind of way, and I've grown from this. I can talk about it without crying. You know, there's so many things that I just used to try to convince myself that I forgave him, when in all actuality, everything that was transpiring in my life said that I didn't forgive him in no way. There was no way that I could possibly convince myself that I had truly forgiven him, because I hadn't let it go. I didn't let anything go. It was still hurting me. I was still hurting. I was still upset. I was angry. I was mad, and mad as hell. And, you know, I had confusion. I had questions that I wanted him to answer. There was a lot of things that I didn't understand. And just like in relationships, not even just for my personal, you know, experience, the toughest person was my father, but I've had bad relationships, and having to forgive people who wasn't even sorry. You know, somebody who ain't apologized for nothing that they've done to you, you know, and just truly don't care. And from friends, family, everybody, you know, I've had to forgive them despite the fact that they weren't even worthy of being forgiven, you know. And that's something that it takes discipline. It really does. It takes a lot of discipline for us to understand that you have to forgive people, no matter how hard it may seem, or no matter how bad the situation was, or whatever it is that they did. It's for your own peace, your own sanity. I'm so much, it's like a weight that's lifted off my shoulders, being able to forgive these people and let it go. You know, so many people always in my DMs asking me, oh, you just do this so well, you know, I don't understand, I don't see how you do it. I don't see how I do it. I struggle just like you guys. You know, I get mad. I still have my moments where I'm mad, I'm angry, you know, but I have truly forgiven these people and moved on with my life. You know, most of what I've gone through has been exposed to the world. And, you know, and it was no remorse for that, you know, to get married and then to have to divorce somebody in less than a year. You know, then it wasn't just somebody that, it's not like I just randomly married somebody. You know, this is somebody that I spent years with. So it's just like having to forgive this person regardless, you know, it was hard. It was hard as hell, but I did it for myself and for my children, you know. And for those of you who have children, when you are harboring all these negative feelings and hatred towards people, these type of feelings and emotions trickle down into your children. When you're dealing with children and being around them, especially my children, my oldest Love, I know that she's big on vibes. So me being angry and bitter towards her father was trickling down to her. You know, it started to affect her. She started to be angry and bitter towards her father. And that's not something that I would want, especially since I just told y'all my father was the number one person that I struggled with forgiving. So being able to understand and take a step back and reflect on myself and analyze myself, and you know realize, well, Aja, you haven't forgiven these people. You know, you trying to say, oh, you forgave them and you know it's not that bad, and you know or you're not hurt, or you're not affected by the things that they've done, when really I was, and so I had to really take a step back and understand that forgiving people is not something that it's not something that you just can't do. You can't go the rest of your life just saying, forget them, and not really forgiving them. You can forget them, and just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship with them. That's number one. You can forgive somebody all day long. That does not mean that y'all have to rebuild and connect and be together, or that y'all have to rebuild and connect and just be friends again, or family too, because it's so many family that has crossed me, and it's just like I forgive them, but at the same time it's just like I don't got to deal with you. Toxic people who are serving no purpose in my life, don't do nothing for me or mine. It's just like I don't have to deal with you. I can forgive you all day long, but I do not have to forgive you. And not have to deal with you. But it's just like when people walk around not forgiving people, it's like it's a certain energy and a vibe, especially if you have to be around these people. Like with my father, I cut my father off for about 2 years, where I didn't talk to him for 2 years. Always, I told myself that I wasn't going to deal with him. This is after the wedding, after him not being able to walk me down the aisle and all of that. I told him for 2 years I didn't talk to him. I didn't speak to him. I didn't want to know nothing about him. I just tried to avoid him. That was another way of me trying to deal with the issues that we were having, by avoiding the person that needs to be forgiven. And I realize now that I've forgiven him and we've grown, we have I'm not going to say a beautiful relationship. I'm not even going to lie. We have a good relationship. It's a good enough relationship that we can be cordial. And for someone that you have to forgive, that's family, or someone that you have to forgive that's that you will eventually have to deal with. How do you go about revisiting your past to forgive someone if you are with someone currently? I'm with someone currently, and if you're with someone that if you're in a current relationship and you have to forgive someone from your past, if you're whoever you're with, they have to be sort of understanding in a way. It's no way that you can fully prosper and fully grow with the person that you're with now if you haven't even forgiven your past. You have to take that time. It's so necessary. You have to take that time and go back and revisit your past relationships, past whatever, past hurts, past anything that where you haven't forgiven it, because you may go on with life thinking that it's not affecting you when it is. These feelings that I had for my father were from my childhood all the way up, and I'm 25 now, and this is basically for all these years of my life that I tried to act like I didn't, it didn't bother me. And in the relationship that I'm in, you still have to take that time to go back and reflect on your past. You have to forgive, people from your past. Even if you're in a new relationship, you would think that they would want you to get that healing and understanding, because once you're there, it's not like you care about the person. It's not like you want to forgive them and go be with the person. That's a totally different story if you're in a relationship now. Now, if you are trying to forgive them because you want to go back to them, that's something totally different. But forgiving them is not something that you're doing for them. Remember, when you forgive someone, it's not because you're doing that for the person. You're doing that for yourself, your own sanity, your own peace, and understanding of your life. Being able to forgive someone is not about them. It's about you. So yes, you can be in a new relationship and still revisit your past and forgive people. That's completely necessary. And whoever your new partner is should very well be understanding of that, because it's something that you have to do. Will you forgive someone from the past when you're involved in that process? Will you do it personally? Okay, so I can't see y'all. I don't have my glasses on, so that's why I'm squinching. But it depends on who it is and the circumstances behind what they did. So with me, it's just like, for me personally, I took that time to myself. I had to forgive them on my own. It wasn't something that I wanted to involve them in because it could hinder the process. It's in my mind, you know, I feel like that can, you know, hinder the process. They could say something wrong and it's just like I'm back at square one, you know, and they could say something wrong and do something wrong that pisses me off, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck, I'm not forgiving him, no, you know, or I'm not forgiving her, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, so you don't have to, you know, join forces with them to forgive them. That's something that you can do on your own time, that you have to discipline yourself and stay committed to forgiving that person. No matter what it is, you have to release all negative feelings, harbored hatred that you may have towards the person. You know, y'all know some people have done some fucked up stuff to me, and I feel like I'm a fair person. I'm nice. I don't bother nobody. I mind my motherfucking business. I don't bother nobody. So it's just like when people do messed up things to me, it's just like I don't understand. So it's really, 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 really hard for me to forgive people because I know I don't do messed up stuff to people. So it's just like, why would you even do that to me? You know, like, I didn't do nothing to you. Now, for people who be out here just doing cruddy stuff to people, I understand why somebody may do something to you. But I don't do nothing to nobody, so it's just like, why would you do that to me? So that is my biggest thing with trying to forgive people. It's just like, why would are you even worthy of being forgiven when I didn't do nothing to you, you know? So that was my take on that. Was why it was so hard for me to forgive people, because I'm a very, very loyal person, and you know, I try to be understanding with people, and I try to rationalize, you know, their side of it. Like when people do stuff to me, I'm like, well, maybe they did it because of this, and maybe they did it because of that. No, they did that shit because that's what the fuck they wanted to do, and that's the type of person that they are. And it's up to me to decide to forgive them, you know? Like, it's not something that I felt like, oh, if I forgive them, then I'm weak, or you know, they're gonna think that they can do it again. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, if I forgive somebody, again, it's for me. Yeah, they did it because that's who they are. That's who the hell they are. Like, people, there are some grimy people. You just have to accept the fact that some people are fucked up and they are grimy. And that's okay. You know, everybody not going to approach situations the way that you would, or everybody's not going to be as loyal as you would be, or curry situations how you would curry it. So I had to start to realize that. Like, I used to be like with my past relationship, I would never, you know, budge in on somebody else's marriage, or I would never do this, that, and the third. Everybody not me, you know. Everybody don't have them type of morals, values, and everybody can't do that. I'm going to do. It's just like I don't. And I was such a tick for tack person, but at the same time, it was levels to it. It's just like it's certain things that I just wouldn't do. I just couldn't see, and I just sit back and just used to be like, how the hell can you do something like that to somebody? Like, why would you do something like that? And if you have not already, I suggest that you pre-order my book, because my past relationship trust me, my book is not about that. It is not consume my life. That is not all about Lil Aja. That's not my overarching story. That's just one little chapter of me. You know, that is not who I am. As you can see, if you haven't seen my video, I've been through way worse than that. So when I'm going through things, or you know, I wouldn't say the public eye, but in, you know, over social media, everybody can see what's going on and how, you know, trust me, it doesn't bother me to sit up here and say that I have forgiven them for everything that they've done. I deal with him because of our children, but them, no, I don't. I refuse. I don't care. We don't have to have a relationship. Never will. You know, as long as my children are taken care of, there's no problems. That's that. As far as my father, we have, I'm not going to say great, but we have a nice relationship, thanks to text messages. Being able to talk on the phone with him isn't something that I can do often. You know, we can text, I can send pictures, and we can, you know, it's the nonverbal side of it. But it's still a process. It's hard. When you go about forgiving someone from the past, do you message them, call them? How do you take that first step in that? So you're saying once you have forgiven them, once you have truly forgiven the person, do you contact them? Is that what you're asking? Or you're saying during the process of forgiving them, are you contacting them? But yeah, so no, I don't see, like, for me, I didn't contact anybody. That was something. He's trying to baby love me, and I want you to know that. But hey, Aunt Pam, thank you. I love you. You always supported me. That's my favorite aunt. For the most part, I mean, for me, it wasn't that I didn't contact the people. I didn't call them. I tried to avoid them. That was something that I did, but that was only because it was fresh. So avoiding them was the best way for me to not lash out. Oh, you're not gonna forget, Lex. Oh, honey, you don't forget. You can forgive all day long, but you're not forgetting anything. That's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna be able to forget it. It's not. It can be a song. It can be, what is it? A song. It could be just something that somebody else say. It could just, there's so many triggers in life that can trigger you to be like, oh, this just triggering your brain to remember the fucked up shit that somebody have done to you. So it really, that really doesn't even, don't even focus on trying to forget something. You don't want to forget it. You have to embrace the things that has been done to you. You have to embrace them, and as hard as it is, they will eventually, they play a part in shaping the person that you're growing to be. So trying to forget it, you might as well let that go. You don't forget nothing. We too grown. We ain't forgetting nothing. Somebody do that, you gonna remember that shit forever. To the day you die, you gonna be remembering what the hell that person did to you. You ain't forgetting. It's hard because it's just not gonna happen. Taylor, what you mean, Taylor? I don't feel like you should contact them. You forgave them for you. You have forgiven them already. Yeah. When I don't forget, that's what makes me want to start the tick. You can't forget. You're not going to be able to forget. That's something that you have to grow with personally. You have to discipline yourself. You're not going to forget at all. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's not going nowhere. If somebody did some fucked up shit to you that you didn't like, and it takes this is a process that you have to go through to even forgive them for it, you are not forgetting it. You can try all day long, but you're not. What you're gonna have to try to do is, that means you're not at peace with it. That's what that means. Like, so you may have think that you're where I'm at, basically. Well, I mean, where I was, basically. I had thought I forgiven them, but every interaction, every little thing, I was ready to be tick for tat. I was ready to be angry, mad at them. So no, Lex, you are where I was, baby. You have not. You may have thinking, oh, I forgave them. You probably telling yourself, I forgave them, but if you still in the stage where you want to do tit for tat, that means you still have some harbor feelings and anger in there that you have to let go. When you forgive someone, you really, really, really have to let that go. You have to let it go. You have to be at peace with it and just say, you know what, fuck it. They did that fucked up shit to me, but I'm going to let it go. And all that tit for tat stuff, you ain't gonna be into all that, because it's just, you're gonna be at peace with it. And you have to understand that when somebody does something to you, there's a cycle. The way the universe works, everything works out for a reason. So everything that I've been through within the last 3 years, 3 years, it's all working out for my good now. It's all working out for me, and that's okay. And you don't understand it when it happens. You're just like, what the fuck, God? Like, what? Like I told y'all, I don't do fucked up shit to people. I don't do grimy stuff to people. I've always been loyal friend, loyal partner, everything. I've always been loyal. So when somebody does some messed up stuff to me, or it's just like, what? Why would you even, think about doing something like that to me, when I would have never thought about doing something like that to you? But you have to understand, everybody's not you. Everybody's not you. Everybody not going to approach situations the same way you would. From getting married and being divorced within a year, that was like hard as hell for me. That was hard as hell. And then to know, it was more so embarrassing because everybody fucking knew. It just was like, what the hell? And then the circumstances behind why I was forced to get a divorce. It's just like, that's not fair. I was forced to get a divorce from somebody that I was with for years, and we were young, still young, but it is what it is. But I have forgiven them. I am growing and glowing. You got to move on gracefully. So all that y'all saw in the beginning, I was having some moments where I was lashing out on social media, but that was because they had me fucked up. So yeah, that part. But I have grown. Y'all don't see me doing none of that negative stuff. Everybody was like, oh, she shouldn't be around your kids and this and wanted me to be negative and all this stuff. And I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Still around my kids. But it is what it is. I'm growing. I wrote a book about that shit. So buy my book. Because like I said, the book is not all about my past relationships. So please, I want people who see this to get that out of their mind, that if you ever thought that I was going to sit around and write a book about that whole situation, no, it's not. No, it's a chapter of my life that a blast from the past, honey, and I am over it. I'm over it. I have forgiven them and I move on with my life. I don't try to be, I don't try to fight nobody. I don't try to do none of that. It is what it is. It is what it is. I am growing, glowing. My kids are healthy, and that's all that really matters. But Taylor, you never said what else. I didn't understand your question. I don't feel like you ever forgave the person if you bring it up again. Yeah, so if you still bringing it up, no, you have not forgiven a person. You got to be at peace with yourself, your mental. Like, if you're still angry, like I said, to forgive somebody, it's intentional. This is an intentional act that you have to discipline yourself, and you have to sit back and say to yourself, you know what? I let it go. And when you letting it go, that means there's no harbor feelings, there's no hatred, there's none of that. But like I said, just because you forgive somebody does not mean that you have to go and rebuild, connect, and go be with this person or deal with this person. You don't have to do that. Forgiving somebody is not for them. That is for you. That is something that you're doing for your own peace, your own sanity, and your own life. That's not something that you're going to be doing for them. So if you're thinking about if you think that you forgiving somebody is for them, you're already in the wrong space. You're already in the wrong space. You have to remember that when you are forgiving somebody, it's for you. It's for your own sake. And, it's to help you grow and prosper as a person, as a woman, as a man, whatever. It's for you. That is for you. They don't. Hell no, they don't deserve the forgiveness. No. Like I said, I am too loyal. So I feel like if you do some fucked up shit to me, you don't deserve. That's my first take on it. The moment that somebody do something fucked up to me, it's just like, you don't fucking deserve my forgiveness. Like, you didn't think about me when you. Why should I think about forgiving you when you ain't think about what you was doing when we was doing it? Most, like I said, people do stuff because that's who the fuck they is. That's what they want to do. That's how they are. But at the same time, it's just like you said, it's necessary. Your peace, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth sitting around rambling. Your brain is just like rambling time and time again, trying to figure out and trying to make sense of why somebody did something to you, or if it's a relationship, why they go move on with the next person and do right, or whatever the case may be. Just all these different harbor hatred and feelings. It's just like, oh my God, like it's really, really tough to live that way and for years and never forgive somebody or people. I have gone years without forgiving my father, thinking that I forgave him because I could talk about stuff and not cry. Like, what the hell does that even mean? I can talk about it and not cry, so that means I forgave him. Like, no, hell no. That shit was still bothering me all my life. 20 years, no, not 20 years. I need to learn my math. 15 years of my life of harbor hatred and feelings towards my father, and that was the toughest person for me to forgive. And it's still hard. I mean, it's still gonna be a process. We are not perfect. I was a daddy's girl, before everything that happened between us. And I mean, if you get my book, you'll see. What you laughing at, Sean? If you get my book, you'll see. It's a time go by. I eventually don't care anymore. So I guess that made me forgiving it. But if you get my book, you'll see why my relationship with my father was extremely hard. I'm thinking about releasing the first chapter of my book, just the first chapter for free, for people to download and to give me reviews, see what you think. I'm sure you're gonna be immediately tuned in and want the rest of the book. But I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to give y'all my chapter for free. I don't know about that. But because chapter 1 is my favorite chapter. So I don't know. I may give it out for free, allow you guys to download it, but for like a limited time, I'll think about it. What y'all think? I think I should give it away for free. Just chapter 1. Only the first chapter. I'm thinking about it. But anyways, aside from the book, you can do that in the link in my bio to pre-order. The pre-orders, I don't know if people don't understand, but the pre-orders, it automatically gets you a spot at my book release. I haven't decided on a date and time yet, but it automatically gets you a spot for that, and you receive the book before it's actually released, so you get it first. Before it's even released, before it's in the stores, everything, you get the book first. So that's a plus for the pre-orders. And anyways, back to forgiveness. Taylor, where you at, honey? Then it's time where I actually don't care, so I guess that may be forgiveness. Just because time goes on, Kiki, does not mean that you have forgiven him. And just because release, hold on, y'all, I can't see, y'all, my eyes are bad. Yes, can't wait, I'm definitely getting the book. Yes, just chapter 1. Hold up, I'll send you mine first and let me know what you think. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Y'all want me to release just the first. I don't know about giving y'all my chapter 1 for free. I just told y'all chapter 1 is my favorite. That's my favorite chapter. I love that chapter. I mean, y'all better have y'all tissues. That's what y'all better do. Because y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Where's my glasses? I can't find them. Actually, I think they're in my back seat. In my bag. But, yeah, I don't have my glasses. Kiki! But maybe I could do a small snippet of it. I feel like once you release it first, you're going to make people want to know more. No. Y'all should have wanted to know more from that video. Because I don't know if I'm giving it away for free. Give us the first 2 paragraphs of chapter 1. Even the first 2 paragraphs, the first couple 3 sentences. Y'all should have saw, if I could, I'm gonna post it later. What my editor said the moment that I had to send her chapter 1 of my book. So before she started editing, and I'm gonna post what she said, y'all. So I'm gonna post what she said, but because I never posted it, but I'm gonna post what she said. But y'all gonna be like, what the hell? But anyways, y'all, we off topic. We're supposed to be talking about forgiveness. I was waiting for Taylor, but I don't know if y'all have any more questions or comments as far as forgiving someone. If you're just coming in, I'm gonna try to, I don't know how to, y'all, I'm gonna try keep it up on social media, well, on Instagram, so that y'all could go back and watch what we talk about. Tomorrow we want the book. August, y'all, August. So if y'all don't know, the book is coming out August 15th. If you don't know what August 15th is or why August 15th is the day of, was the day of my wedding. So yeah, August is a big deal for me, for everything that I've been through. August is a big deal. You'll see in the book. Of course you know what it is, Kiki. So yeah, so August 15th. And I want y'all to know, based on the video, a lot of people are asking me questions about the video and just like, what is going on, you know? In the book, I'm not trying to demonize nobody or, you know, or do all that extra. It's nothing like that. My book is simply to empower, inspire, and motivate my readers to not be bitter and be better, to move on gracefully. You know, you'll see that time and time again, trauma after trauma after trauma, situation after situation, man after man, that I, you know, still manage to forgive people, move on with my life gracefully, and not let the things that I've been through, you know, consume me. You know, that's just something that people don't realize, that when you are consumed by past hurt or consumed by something that people have did to you years ago, it's just, it begins to weigh on you, and it's a reflection, and it becomes a part of your energy. You know, when you walk into a space, you know, it's, or whatever, when you're talking to people, you send off these negative vibes and negative energy into the universe, and it's just like, why do you want to live that way? You know, so it's necessary, it's completely necessary that you forgive. The video had me like, bitch, release a movie. So it's necessary that I'm working on a movie. I shouldn't have said that, but I'm working on a movie. Just wait for that part. But because my life is really a reality TV show, but for real. I'm working on a movie. But just forgiving somebody is so necessary. It's something that you should definitely take the time to do, not for them, but for you. And again, just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to rebuild this relationship with them, connect with them. You don't got to do none of that. None of that is absolutely necessary. Oh, and y'all, my friends on here, y'all really helped me to get through this live, because I absolutely hate live. This is just not for me. This is not for me. I'd rather record the video and then post it. But trying to do live for me is just like, something could go wrong. It could just be something. It's just like, no. I see too many live epic fails. Met that many things you go, girl. Thanks, Kiki. I can't see for your crap. But yeah, so hopefully I don't see nobody else questions. I think I answered everybody's question. But forgiving people is necessary. I'm thinking about chapter 1. Like I said, I'm going to post what my editor said about the first chapter, so you guys could see. But I'm thinking about just chapter 1, just maybe chapter 1, so that you guys could get a feel for what is hold on, wait. Let me put this in here. So you guys can get a feel for what the book is really about. So, alright guys, I'm going to end this live. I'm going to do another video on Tuesday. Next Tuesday. I'm not sure what the topic is going to be, but I'll post. So hit the little 3 dots in the corner so that you can get notifications when I'm going live or when I post something. Thank you. Love you guys. Oh shit.